Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, ducks, dogs, cats, octopus, otters. What animals I haven't listed on here? Seahorses, whales. Ooh, who else? Monkeys, giraffes. I ain't even say y'all. All these animals. Shout out to y'all. I would like to welcome all y'all to the Big Bag Lounge, where rib tips are more important than relationship tips on this podcast. If you'd like to follow me, you can follow me under the name The Price of Wings on all social media. Like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube. Give me 5 stars on the Apple Pod or Spotify, whatever you do. 5 stars. Give me 4. I'm just gonna look at you funny because it's not helping at all. But anywho, in the Big Back Lounge with me today is a guy I've known for over 12 years. That's crazy. We've known each other for
probably
that
longer than
long.
that.
Probably longer, but known him that long. He's been a good guy. Since then he's now a father, he's a husband, he's jet setting around the world, doing good things. Did an interview about being a black fatherhood. Shout out to you. And welcome to the Big Back Lounge, my guy Des. How you doing, Des?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Appreciate you having me on.
No problem. All right, so talk about the black fatherhood. I can't. The is it the expose or something like that you interview you just did? That's out.
Yeah, so it was a fatherhood series started by Black Men Crown, and that was founded by one of my homies, Justin Hart, and it's basically a organization honoring Black men essentially, and he does award shows for Black men. In this fatherhood series, I think he started it last year, and this was like the second year doing it. And he wanted it to, pick up steam and get it out there on TV. And so it basically was just an opportunity. He reached out to me. It was an opportunity just to talk about, our experiences, as Black fathers, and you don't really hear a lot of that growing up. And so it was cool to kind of, just have some information just based on, the short 2.5 years I got, being a father. So it's been cool.
I mean, you've been an uncle, so you had a little practice.
Yeah, that's true.
Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
What are some things you're learning now since 2 years in? So what are some new things that you're learning?
Man, I'm learning a lot about myself. I'm learning also a lot about patience. A child is, always gonna, especially at this age, is always kind of learning about different things and, wanna, be curious about everything. And so it's just having patience. They're not going to listen to you the first time, the second time, the third time, fourth time, the fifth time, and having that patience with yourself too. And then also just, man, kids grow fast, like fast. Like I always used to laugh when people say, like, when you were younger, people say, grandmas and stuff, you be like, you growing up, you're growing up. And
right
now I know what they're saying. It's like kids grow so fast, man. Like he's grown so much just between 2 years old and 2.5. So
yeah, he has grown because I saw him. I'm like, wait, that's the same child, right?
yeah.
So good to see you, man. Black Fatherhood, shout out to you, man.
Appreciate it.
Now let's go to the food part of the podcast. And since we're talking about Black Fatherhood, one of the Black Fatherhood things is being on the grill.
Okay, that's right.
So get your grilling sandals on. So what 3 things you gonna put on the grill?
And 3 things. I gotta always go with a little. Man, it's kind of tough. A little brisket, beef brisket. I like, doing a little smoke on the beef brisket, and then also a little salmon. I've been on this salmon tip, and then DJ, my son, he loves salmon too. So anytime I can put a little salmon on there for him, for the fam, I'll do that. But then you got to do some wings, too. I always do burgers and hot dogs, smoked sausage, stuff like that. But you got to have the wings on there too. So the wings, salmon, and the brisket. I feel like I cover my bases.
Yeah, you basically covered half of the cookout right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You really did. Because a lot of people forget about some people are pescatarians,
Yeah.
somewhat. They don't do beef or pork like that.
Yeah.
So having salmon on the grill helps out a little bit. Also, what I've learned recently, some people only eat half of their Circle B, which is kind of weird.
Only
Like
half?
half, like half of it, and then they say they don't want to eat no more
Uh,
pork, so they'll go to something else. Like
uh,
what? Some people family members, but yeah, those are three good things to put on the grill. Those are very good three things. Now, we're both sports fans, Memphis Grizzlies fans, and we've been in this place called the FedEx Forum, the Grindhouse. Now, their food choices are a little bit, what's the word? Sketchy. We don't know really,
yeah.
and a lot of people don't eat in there. So, my question to you is, what are some things that make the food better in FedEx Forum that you think?
It's a good question. It's a good question. Um, I think having some sort of like, you gotta you gotta make it pop. You gotta make it pop. So why not invest in like Jack Purtles or something, like a Jack Purtles franchise being in the form,
Hmm,
maybe having like two or three, like maybe two stores, one on each side, putting the Jack Purtles in there. And then, maybe you put another Memphis staple in there, whether it's, because, they used to have like a wing guru in there for a little bit. That
they
was
had a
short
lot in
lived.
there, honestly. They had a
Yeah.
lot in there, honestly.
Yeah. And I think if you do something like, I mean, I'm just throwing a name out there, but let's just say, shoot, man, shoot, do like either one of the local Jamaican spots or shoot, do something, local like that, man. I think putting a little bit more variety in there, because there's nothing outside of chicken tenders, pizza, um, what else? The rendezvous nachos, you got that,
That's never
but
leaving. That's never
yeah,
leaving, buddy.
right. So, I think, man, they got to think outside the box a little bit. They need to get some different sponsorships out there. And I think that'll make it a little bit better, and then just make some of the drink options better too.
Mm, yeah. I agree with that. I also think, from what I was told by a former local place that was in the same spot Green Guru was at,
Yeah,
is the price that they charge these
yeah,
restaurants to be in there.
yeah,
And when they told me that, I was sitting there like, okay, that's a lot of money just to be in there for a couple of months. You're not gonna
yeah,
be there for the concerts much.
yeah,
So I think that'd be an issue that needs to be fixed, because it's something like Wing Guru, their spot where it was on the third floor, it's on the highest point.
yeah,
It was three other things before that.
yeah, right. Yeah,
So I think they need to fix some of the things, the infrastructure wise, and
yeah,
then expand out to what they need. Because a Jamaican spot would be cool, another hot wing spot would be cool, another grill spot. Yeah, more versatility that the city has, and put it up in there, but you got to make it so they can afford it
yeah, yeah,
and make it worth their while. So I think that's one thing they need to have. Also, if you're gonna do something Memphis wise, have more Memphis theme. Okay, have you been to a baseball game?
yeah. Like the Redbirds. So we just talking about.
Redbird, like
Yeah.
no pro game, like not pro game.
Oh,
I'm talking about MLB game.
oh, no, I haven't actually been to one before.
Okay, LA Dodgers has some outrageous food every
Yeah,
game,
yeah,
every week. Some outrageous, like a big old hot dog with like three different things on it. It is like
yeah,
$20 or something like that. Why don't they go that route? But like just for like a couple of teams, like having team theme, something like that, like some for the Celtics,
yeah,
Lakers, one for Houston, one for Miami. That works. Maybe something for
yeah,
Atlanta and Houston, and maybe Houston, Miami. Yeah, those
yeah,
kind of cities like that. Maybe people want to try the food more. That's just my idea, throwing it out there. But
yeah. Like
take
more
on
theme.
a
Yeah, food
yeah,
theme nights. That's dope. I like that.
yeah. So take something from MLB and put it in there, and it
Yeah.
makes pretty good sense to me.
Yeah.
Now let's play a game of overrated, underrated. I like to
Okay.
call this the cool treat edition. So frozen treats like ice cream and stuff. So overrated, underrated. Root beer floats.
Overrated.
How
Overrated.
so?
I'm just not you know, I like my root beer by itself, and I like my ice cream with
Mindset.
brownie or some type of cake or something like that. I don't really
Yeah.
mix it too well with the ice cream and the root beer, but I've had it before. I could. It's not something I don't like. I'll never have it again. But I also I can. I like to split. I like to split it up. So I go with the
Oh,
overrated.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, overrated. All right. Overrated, underrated. Ice cream sandwiches.
Mm, underrated. Ice cream
Let's
sandwiches,
put,
man. I think I'm allergic to peanuts, and peanut butter. You might
yeah, you
might
told me
know.
that before.
And so a lot of the ice cream and a lot of the like things that were centered around that you would eat, like nutty, like the stuff with the peanuts and all that stuff on it, I couldn't eat that.
Yeah,
So I was always a
right.
part of the ice cream sandwich family. Like, give me that chocolate layer with the ice cream. Like that was a go-to, man, after school. So I say it's underrated. I feel like you don't get enough, don't get talked about enough.
I remember at Walmart they had a key lime one and a
Mhm.
strawberry cheesecake one. I used to get both of them. They gone now, but hey, those are the
Yeah.
top two I would get.
Yeah.
That was a clutch little $5. Wait, I'm like, wait, they right there? Psh,
Yeah.
like two of them,
Yeah.
we be good. Last but not least, overrated, underrated. Banana splits.
Oh, okay, okay. This is just, because I'm a part of this brownie family, man, and cookie family. But I'm gonna go overrated. Overrated on banana
Okay,
splits.
I can agree with that one.
I think it's
I
overrated.
think
I,
I
I, it's one of them things that I felt like was popular back in the day. Like you
right, and
think
we kept it.
about, yeah, like back in like the '80s, especially like in the like '60s, '70s, '80s. Then
No,
it's
no,
like
no.
I feel like now it's too many options, man. Like give me my chocolate fudge brownie, man, with my vanilla ice cream. I don't have to have a banana split. Like I can eat a banana before I work out, or blend it with a smoothie, or like I said, give me my
Right.
ice cream on my brownie, man.
I'm a firm believer that banana splits probably happened like in the 20s or something. And they never left.
Yeah,
Like banana splits had to happen like in the early 20s or something like that because ain't no way
yeah.
it lasted that long. So hold on, according to the history books, it says it was invented in 1904.
Whew. Dang.
Why is it still here?
Right.
So I agree with you.
That just
It
should have
has to
expired
go.
by
Banana
now.
splits got to go. Exactly. Inspired. Now, we're both sports fans yet again.
Mhm.
I've done this with singers, and I've done this with everybody else. Now, we're going to compare an NBA player to a particular.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you three players. You got to compare them to what food choice that you think it is. They are. You
Okay.
down to play?
Okay.
All right. Giannis
Giannis Antetokounmpo, man. I'm a.
Antetokounmpo.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm gonna say some Twizzlers candy.
He is long like some.
I'm gonna say some Twizzlers candy, man. Like you know, and then he got how Twizzlers got the little they little twist, the twist screw.
Pull apart.
Yeah, that's kind of how he plays. He can kind of like maneuver his way in traffic and stuff in the paint. So I go with that.
Okay. John
Okay. I'll say some real hot, spicy wings. Some hot, spicy wings. Like the wings, like you can barely eat a whole wing because the sauce too hot. because
Uh,
that's how John Morant play, man. Like his game, man, is different. It's different, you know. It's a spicy, spice you up, man. Spicy game.
okay.
Athletic, and he's a and you know wings they're not huge, you know, like a steak or nothing like that. So you know, John Morant,
It makes sense.
smaller
That
guard
makes
too.
sense.
So a little pop. That's what I compare Ja to.
Okay. Okay. That's a good one. Last one. Bobin.
Bowman, like
Bobin.
John.
Yeah.
Man, hey, about to.
I just thought of somebody like Bobin works here. Bobin. Yeah. Yeah. You got to think on that one.
Man, look like man, doggone. Man, I want to say he looked like she was like some poutine or something, like some gravy and just a sloppy one, just
You
on there.
just said Sloppy Joe on that one.
Man, hey, yeah, sloppy Joe. I was gonna say
Yeah,
like
that
a
works.
chili dog, sloppy chili dog, or something like that.
He's good for the spirit, but at the same time, it's so sloppy. So
Right.
sloppy. He's a fan favorite, though.
Yeah,
Fan favorite. Love the guy, but kind of sloppy.
yeah.
So that's what you're saying. All right.
Boba, that's funny.
I had to mix it up. Had to mix it up. All right. Like you mentioned on the pod that you are a married man, happily married. I went to the wedding. I was there. I had to wear a suit and everything. And she's a great lady. Shout out to Jazz. Shout out to you, ma'am.
Shout out to
And
Jan.
so, with that being said, I got to thinking while I was at work. What is the one thing or the one food that could probably get you out of trouble with your wife?
Does that get me out of trouble?
Get you out of trouble.
The one food, a good question. I got a couple. Let's
Okay.
see. I got a couple. I could do I could do like a warm chocolate chip cookie and ice
Okay.
cream with that. Um, or if we're talking about just cooking dinner, I could do a steak dinner. I can do a steak dinner. You know, steak dinner with I can make some mac and cheese for some of my
Okay.
Jackson 5 mac and cheese, and you
Wow.
know,
Okay.
or some Brussels sprouts or broccoli, whatever like that. Some
Okay. Just 5 mac and cheese. So that means you got 5 cheeses.
yeah, 5 cheese.
Yeah. So what cheese are you putting in
It
it though?
just see I can't relate it, but I know I said I can talk about mostly anything, but it actually I started like this was created Christmas like last Christmas,
Oh,
so
okay.
I've been kind of working on that. I cooked it maybe like 3 times since then, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Jackson 5 mac and cheese. I'm gonna have to let you try some of that, man, next time I make it.
Uh, cool. So mac and cheese is one of them things that you really gotta give you repetitive with. You gotta
Yeah,
keep going because you never know
yeah,
with that. Especially making a roux. Especially
yeah,
making roux mac and cheese. That there. Ooh boy, you don't want it to be too bad. Have flour all
yeah,
in your mac and cheese like that. So
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
understand it.
yeah.
Completely understand that. All right, the one question I love to ask the people when they come on the pod. What is the one restaurant that somebody hyped up, then you tried and you was like, meh. So I'm asking you, Des, what is your all hype restaurant? It could be in Memphis, it could be wherever you've been.
Whew. I honestly, you know, it hasn't really been nowhere in Memphis lately, but and I gotta get to some different places in Nashville. You know, my wife's from Nashville, so we go there, you know, every so
That is
often.
true.
And we went to, and you know, I'll take blame for it because I was watching Instagram and thinking like, okay, maybe this is a spot, and but it's called Bad Idea in Nashville. Ironically, it's called Bad Idea. It's a new spot. I think I don't know how new it is, but I know it's at least 3 or 4 months, and we just wasn't impressed. And it's one of them things where it's like it's too expensive. It was too expensive, and the quality of the food wasn't nothing to write home about. And those
Oh,
are
okay.
two horrible combinations. Like I'll forgive you on the price a little bit if the food is excellent, but it that was one of my most recent worst experiences. That was around like in May. So
Oh,
that's the only
okay.
like that's why it was just fresh in my mind still. Like I can still think about it. So
That,
don't I
yeah,
wouldn't
that's
try it
fresh.
if I were you. I wouldn't try it.
That's my first time even hearing about it, so I really don't care.
Yeah. You said it don't
My
bother.
Nashville people,
It
this is my
don't.
first time hearing about it, so like my Nashville people that I follow, shout out to them. I've never heard of that place, so if they ain't bring it up, I'm not looking this way.
Yeah, I think I got caught by the Instagram and the reels and stuff, and I was like, oh, okay. Because usually if you see that in Memphis, you like, okay, usually the food is good most of the time if it's a solid spot. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, never again, no. Never again.
Nashville, a different place. It's a different place. All
Most
right,
definitely.
before we leave, you and the wife went to Japan.
That's right. Went to Japan.
So how was Japan? Like how the food and the culture and everything? How was that?
Uh, I mean, I really enjoy Japan, man. Like the culture there is, um, it seems like just from my viewpoint, they do a lot, everything with kind of like honor in a way. Like they take pride in a lot of the way they do things and whatever occupation they are. They take a lot of pride into doing it the right way. Um,
Mm,
and the quality of the food there is just crazy. Like, and it's cheap. Like excellent
right.
quality food but it's cheaper too. So Wagyu is big. All Japanese cows are essentially Wagyu, and basically,
Mm-hmm.
you can get the A5 top quality Wagyu. All you can eat. $50, $40, all you can eat. Or you go to a restaurant, and you might get 8-ounce Wagyu steak, $70, $80. Here it's like $400 or $500.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so the food was great. The culture there is great. Like Tokyo is like 9 million people, and so but it wasn't no horn beeping. It wasn't like chaotic. The public transportation was nice, clean. So it's a dope place, man. I recommend everybody, at least go. The there might be a little language barrier, but
Right, 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 right.
you can learn. I think you can learn a few phrases and you can get by, with the translator and shoot. You got the AI, Chat GPT, and all that stuff now, so it should be pretty
True
pretty
that.
easy.
So you didn't try any of the street foods or anything?
What you say?
Did you try any of the street food?
Yeah, yeah. So we tried street food. Drip the drip ramen place we went to. Um, that was like late at night. We tried that. It was like a real small place, man. Like you probably could sit. I think it was 6 people could basically sit down in that spot. But that was a dope spot. That was a dope spot.
Mm-hmm. Man, that is great. I'm gonna go to Tokyo one time. I want to go over the Asian, Japanese, Japan, China, just for the street food. That's the one thing that I always see
Yeah,
on most of the food channels, how good the street food is. So I want to go try that one time. Even
yeah,
though Memphis is having the Asian market thing, I want to try Thailand and Japan. Yeah, that's on the
yeah,
plan for the next couple of years to go try their street food.
yeah.
That's a goal.
Most definitely, most
But
definitely.
Desmond, thank you for joining me here in the Big Bag Lounge. All around good guy. I appreciate you coming in here, telling me a little bit about what I need to know about Japan, and also telling me that Bowman is a sloppy Joe. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. That works. It works. But I'd like to thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching the tubes of you. Also, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. You can comment on anything. You can just say my breath stank. You can't smell it, but you might say it stank. You just a little comment. That's cool with me. But like I said, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. And like I always say, your big back ass is always welcome here in the Big Back Lounge. Peace.
Appreciate it.